What? Midsummer Scream now has their own app. Hey Haunt fam, this is Haunt Wife here. And do you remember the days? There was one year when Midsummer Scream had this amazing booklet. Oh my goodness. It was the same kind of booklet as Haunt LA back in the day, and I just loved how thick and in-depth this entire booklet was. And then the next year they went to the map format, which was like, oh, I need to look something up. Let me just unfold this gigantic map and try to find out where I need to be. And guess what? The panels weren't even on this map. So I felt like that was a really confusing year. But this year they finally have their own app. So go on the Apple Store or Google Play and search Midsummer Scream to download it now and check out the entire schedule. So we are going to plan, well, I'm going to plan my my haunt trip, my kickoff to the haunt season this year. We've been waiting, what, 3 years for this. I've had my VIP pass since Black Friday of 2019. Yes, I'm actually wearing the t-shirt for Midsummer Scream 2020, which did not happen because we all know why. So if you don't have the app or you don't want to use it with your smartphone for any reason, it is posted online on fan.guru, and I will put the link down in the description below. So let's pull it up and let's plan our trip together. Midsummer Scream is going to start on Friday, July 29th, and it is the first year where they're adding an extra half day to it. I am so stoked about the Friday evening. We've been wanting this for years. I mean, Midsummer Scream can easily be a 4 full day event or a 3 full day event. So let's look at Friday. I believe it opens at 6 p.m. So that is a great time to hit the vendors. That's what I'll be doing. And then at first I had checked off every single thing on the Friday schedule, starting with Greg Nicotero. But I didn't check off the WNUF Halloween special because I never heard of it. I just didn't know what it was. I don't know why. I was in the USA when that came out in 2014. Anyways, so I Googled it, or actually I YouTubed it and watched the entire movie on YouTube and fell in love with it. It hit all my Halloween feels, and now I have to go to the WNUF Halloween sequel because they are screening the entire movie from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and that includes a mixer and a Q&A with the director. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm going to go to the Greg Nicotero interview panel at 7:30, and then at 8 run over to the WNUF Halloween sequel screening. I do this a lot at Midsummer Scream. I'll want to do everything. So I'll have like 20 overlapping things going on at once, and I'll sit in for half a panel and then run over to another one and then run over to a different presentation. Anyways, so that kind of clears the entire schedule because that's not going to get out until 10 p.m. and I believe that's when it ends. So let's look at how stacked the Saturday schedule is. It is incredibly stacked. It is crazy. So I believe VIP gets in at 10 a.m. So yes, I have at least an hour to look at the vendors or haunted houses. And then at 12, there's a Winchester Mystery House, Just Scare Me, low budget horror filmmaking hacks, which I feel is a very, very useful class, the anatomy of a murder mystery party and how to plan your own murder mystery party, I've actually always wanted a murder mystery for my wedding reception, but I never got to have it. So maybe for our 10-year anniversary, we'll host a gigantic murder mystery party where I get murdered. I've always wanted to be murdered and then come back as a ghost and then drop some hints, but that's another story. There is Tricks and Terrors, A History of Halloween in America, and that's in the main stage. So because I am a huge Halloween fan, first and foremost, well, it goes, everything's pretty equal. It's like Halloween, haunts, scaring people, and horror movies. I love all of them pretty equally. So I'm gonna choose A History of Halloween in America. Other things are happening at this time is there is a story, True Terrifying Tales as Told by Sapphire Sandilow, Horror Comics Come Alive, Bob Baker's Halloween Special. I do want to catch that at some point. I don't think I will have time, but I've never gone to Bob Baker's marionette Halloween thingy ever because of time constraints. Let's see, at 12:30 there's the Slider Show and Shockfest Theater of Mystery. That looks interesting. There's Magic, Burlesque, and more. What could the more be? At 1 p.m. there is not too much somehow. There is a zombie ballet in the performance room, and of course there's pretty much short films playing all throughout the entire Midsummer Scream in the Screaming Room. Okay, 1:30 we have the original Monster Kids. Oh, cool. That is the children and grandchildren of Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney Jr. and Sr. and Vincent Price. That's going to be a really, really big one, I feel like. That's at the main ballroom. Then we have haunt design, sound design for haunts. So having a charity haunt here in Vegas, I've pretty much done all the classes back in the Scare LA days. So I feel like I've already been to like at least 2 classes for sound design. So I will skip that. Writing scenes for the haunt. The Essential Art Department. That is another class. Learn about the essentials for working in the art department from experts in the field. 3 classes all at the same time, which creates kind of a problem because if you wanted to go the learning track as a haunter, then you're forced to pick just one of them. So I wish those were a little bit more spread out. Oh, and then we also have spooky music and visual media with Lovecraft, whom I really enjoy their music. Oh, Reign of Terror, 10 years retrospective. I've only been to Reign of Terror maybe 3 times in my SoCal haunt trips. So I am going to choose that one because I know this year they have like 130 rooms or something insane like that. And I know last year they moved to a new location, which is just downstairs. But can you imagine like the logistics of moving over 100 rooms of props that are stationary? No, I would not want to be part of that. 2:30, there's short films, and there is Sweet Sorrow, a zombie ballet, which looks very fun. Oh, I did check that off too. I think there's a tiny little sliver of time after Reign of Terror, and the next thing that I can go to, zombie ballet. Yay. That's only 15 minutes, so you can easily fit that in. So 3 p.m. we have How to Tell the Best Ghost Stories, Night of the Living Drag, Posey the Monster Slayer, reading by the author, and Beach Blanket Massacre fashion show. These things all sound fun. I think I am not choosing any of them. Oh no, I'm not choosing anything at 3 p.m. because I am going to the Delusion presentation at 3:30. I want to see what they have coming up in this 2022 year, and maybe there's some retrospective in some of their past years too. At 4:30, there's witchcraft and the occult, history, tradition, and pop culture. I'm not into witchcraft, so that's not really okay. There's also a curious conversation with Christine McConnell. I'm aware of who she is. I've never actually seen her show. So I'm going to skip those. I'm going to take the hour to actually go to the haunted houses. And even though with the VIP pass, most of the haunts or some of the haunts will have their own VIP line. Not all of them will. So I definitely want to make sure that there's time, if there's lines and stuff, to get through that. So at 5 p.m. in the main stage is the big presentation of Saturday, which is Universal Halloween Horror Nights. I'm excited to see what they have coming up this year. Sometimes I feel like I can skip some of the panels, especially if there's a time crunch, because a lot of them are taped and will be on YouTube at a later date. So we're gonna get out of the Universal HHN panel at 6. So at 6 o'clock, there is Haunt Comp. Oh, it's a competition. It's a haunted house design competition. That's kind of interesting. Girl That's Scary podcast recording and Halloween radio spooktacular. Oh, it's a vintage Halloween radio show. I don't know anything about that because that wasn't my era, so I find that intriguing, to say the least. And that's half an hour starting at 6:15 in the performance stage. You know what's weird about this year's schedule? And I feel like this schedule is not fully finished yet, but I don't see anything from Six Flags. I don't see anything from Not Scary Farm. Are they just waiting to get their time slot, or are they not doing a panel this year? Wow. A lot of times I'll only have like half an hour between panels and presentations to like try and run over to the vendors and take a look down like one aisle I haven't gone to see yet and try and keep track of where I left off, and then run back to a panel, or try and get one haunted house in. Sunday starts at 11:30 with short films. I am not going to any of the shorts. I'm going to get there early and go through haunts and take time to look at all the vendors. I think this year there's like 350 vendors or something insane like that. Okay, so 12 p.m. we have Terror 101, Critical Steps for a Successful Haunted House. So this one is, what is this? Is this about operations, or is this about creating a story? I don't know. Oh, okay. It's about creating, building, running, and growing your haunted house. I feel like I would like to go to that one. There is also Intro to Planetary Magic. That one I'm not that interested in. We have 13th floor entertainment presentation in the main stage. That's the one I'll be going to. And 13th Floor Entertainment is the company that does the LA Haunted Hayride, which is always a favorite of mine. And this year they are doing the new Shacktoberfest, which is going to be at the Queen Mary in Long Beach. Dark Harbor at Queen Mary is no longer there. It's gone. And this other thing that's done by Shaquille O'Neal is going to take over. So I'm going there because I want to see what they have planned for it. In the commercials, it says that they're family friendly, and that's cool and all. Yes, SoCal needs more family events. I don't have kids, so I want it to be scary, and I want to see if they have scary stuff in the evening and how many haunts they're going to have as well. Also at 12 is We Are the Weirdos, Mister. And that is a panel. Disney Coast to Coast and Hocus Pocus cast. As I said, a lot of the panels in general are recorded and played or uploaded to YouTube at a later date. So the ones that aren't at the top of my list, I feel like, I could just catch up on them at any time after this. And of course, I'll get all hyper, just listening to it in the background as I'm working. Celine Serene, the Eternal Goddess of Halloween. Oh, is that a dance? Oh, it's a performance. It's a dance music rock cirque show, which is only 10 minutes. And we also have Cobb's Carnival of Dreams. That's 30 minutes in the Theater Macabre. And that is some type of vintage variety show with comedy, music, and other show-stopping entertainment. There's Sliding 101. Oh, that's so cool. There's an actual class for learning how to slide, covering everything from pre-training to the act of sliding itself. I would guess pre-training would be like stretching. I feel like you need to be very stretched out and in half decent shape to slide. Ooh, Fangoria presents Making Horror Fun Again. I'm gonna skip the Fangoria one and go to new and hot haunts for this year. That's at 1:30 at the second stage. And Rick West is going to be there talking about the upcoming season and discussing new haunts and attractions with their creators. So because I go to, I attend the haunted attractions during the seasons. Well, I only have one weekend to do that. I try to get in as much as I can, so I want to learn what's new, what's hot, what's going to be awesome this season, and try and plan out my haunt trip for October. Then we have some more repeats with Beach Blanket Massacre and more short films, Celine Serene. And then at 3 p.m. we have Designing a Successful Walkthrough Haunted House. That one sounds very, very good. As I've said before, I've done a lot of the classes and learning tracked in the old Scare LA days, so I'll probably skip that. And then we have Spirit Halloween, the movie trailer sneak peek. Okay, so they're just gonna show you the trailer. I'm sure they're gonna put some behind the scenes stuff, which is really cool, but I feel like I could just watch this later on YouTube. I could watch the trailer anytime on YouTube in the future. So I am going to skip Spirit Halloween and go to Spook Show 17, the reality of the 17th door haunt experience. I've been a fan of 17th door since the first year, and I've gone to every single year since the first year, so I will be there for that. I'm excited to see their reality show. I am going to watch it, to purchase and watch it whenever it comes out. So they're going to share a 10-minute clip from their reality series, Spook Show 17. And I'm sure there will be some retrospective and a Q&A. 3:30, there's some repeats. Okay, oh, you know what's weird? There's nothing for 4 o'clock. It goes from 3:30 and then 4:30. In the main stage, we have Composers of the Apocalypse. That looks really, really fun. That is a great lineup of guests, and I would love to hear what they have to say, but I'm gonna skip that and go to 30 Years of Zombie Joe's Underground Theater. I had no idea Zombie Joe had been around for that long. When I look at him, he looks maybe 50, so he would have had to start this at 20 or in his early 20s, and that is pretty badass of him. Well, I started going to Zombie Joe Urban Death Tour of Terror, I think my first year was 2013, like before it became super duper popular and everyone claps in between each vignette. I used to go when people had no idea what to expect and we were just like WTF, and it would just be radio silence in between each vignette. That was amazing. Also at 4:30, It's Always Halloween podcast. I have never heard that podcast. I've never heard of it. Probably because for podcasts, I listen to like haunt podcasts for the SoCal area and horror podcasts only. So I will actually add this to my podcast list and check it out soon. You know what's kind of surprising is that Colors of the Dark podcast, the horror podcast, is not doing a live show this year. I remember, like, I think it was 19, I went to the live recording and it was so much fun. Okay, and then at 5 p.m. to close it out, we have the 2022 Screaming Room Awards by Horror Buzz. I mean, that's cool. I'm a little bit confused because where is Knott's and where is other big majors? You know, I just realized something. The WB is not represented here in the panels, and that probably means that they're not doing another Halloween event. No. So this is my full schedule for Sunday. We've got learning about Shacktoberfest, Cubs Carnival of Dreams, new and hot haunts for this year, and Zombie Joe's. That's only 4 things. Yes. So Sunday is my day to check out the haunted houses, and they never put their schedule on the schedule. So you have to physically go there to check out the schedule for Urban Death. I can't wait to get there. I can't wait for Friday, July 29th. And yeah, it was super fun planning this with you. I would love to see your schedules and what are you most excited about? Put it in the comments below and I will see you there in about 3 weeks. Bye.